Hey everyone, Smokey Voigt for hookahpro.com and dirtcheaphookahs.com. I'm doing a how to set up a hookah review for you. Not really a review. How to set up a hookah video for them. My friend Sam over at dirtcheaphookahs.com, he asked me to do a couple of setup reviews or setup videos, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to set up a Chinese hookah, because I guess some people, I don't know, they need some help with that. I don't know. But this is how to set up a small, simple Chinese hookah, okay? What you're going to need, of course, is your hookah, your base, down stem, lower part of the down stem, bowl, appropriate grommets, which I'm going to throw all over the place, tongs. I got a coal on the burner over there heating up, some tobacco, foil, or you can use this kind of foil, and, of course, water. Okay, so what we're going to do is, like with some Chinese hookahs, some people take off the bottom piece of the down stem when they clean it. But, let me put that back on real quick. Okay, that's on there like that. And sometimes you can take off this top piece right here to help clean it, because some Chinese hookahs, the tray doesn't come off unless you unscrew the grommet adapter, or the bowl adapter, or whatever you call it. But, I usually just don't take it off. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. For our base, we're going to fill it with water. Before I do that, before I get too far into that, something you want to do to figure out, how much water you're going to need for your base. Sometimes I'll take my stem and my base like this and see right about where the water level is going to need to be. So right about there, about halfway up the pyramid. About halfway up the pyramid or so. And then, or you can put a note like that and see right about where you're going to need to be. Actually, right about, about 3/4 up the pyramid. Or about 3/4, let's see about. Yeah, about 3/4 up the pyramid. Because you want your down stem to be about maybe half an inch to, an inch, maybe, 1/4 inch, whatever. You want your down stem about that far into your water. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with water. Might be just perfect, or maybe too much. Looks like it might be perfect. Do a little test draw on it. It seems to be pulling just fine. Okay. Now for your hose. A lot of times you can either, it depends on what you want to do, you can either put your grommet in first, or you can put your grommet on your hose, depending on your hookah and how you have it set up. I like to put it on the hose first and then put it in. So it seems like it gets a more snug fit. Then you've got your bowl grommet right there on top. You want to make sure your bowl fits nice and snug, it's not loose or anything. That's good. Now we're going to put some tobacco in it. And I'm using some alfalfa mixed berry. I like putting them in these kind of containers, that way they don't leak out of the boxes and stuff. And I will show you how to put tobacco in there. And this stuff's pretty wet and sticky, so a lot of times I'll just kind of work it out of the bag a little bit. Just kind of let it fall in there. You don't want it packed too tight. You don't want it to be, unless you're using, certain types of tobacco you can pack really tight and it's okay. But this stuff you want it loosely packed. That way it just sits in there and there's plenty of airflow around the tobacco when you're pulling off of it. And that should be about good. So I've got dye all over my fingers here. There we go. Yeah, right about like that. That's about how you want it. It's where you can. Yeah. If you can see over the top of the bowl and not see any tobacco sticking up, that's about where you want it. But anyway, that's that. And then you can use some regular aluminum foil like this, or you can use some pre-cut foils like this. I like using the pre-cut foils because they're so much more convenient. You don't got to cut them yourself. And they're a lot easier to use. And if you do use regular aluminum foil, make sure you get some that does not have non-stick coating on, because that non-stick coating is pretty nasty. You don't want to smoke that. Also, another tip, if you're using regular aluminum foil, if you're using it off a roll, don't use the last bit on the roll because there will be glue on it, and that glue is really bad. A friend of mine did that one time, and he got a really bad headache from it. It was pretty bad. Anyway, I'm going to set your get a little closer here. Set your foil on your bowl like that. Make sure it's a nice tight fit, but don't pull it too tight because you might tear your foil depending on how tight or loose it is. Make sure it's nice and tight. I like to run my finger around the rim, that way it gives it an extra seal. Want something like a drum there, see? Something like that. Nice and tight like that. And then I get a little poker, something like a bamboo skewer, toothpick, something like that. And I put my holes. I do kind of a crisscross pattern. You don't want too many holes, and you don't want too few holes. That's a good little hole pattern placement there. But now we got that ready. My coal is ready now. As I said, I'm using a quick light. I forget which brand. I think it's Three Kings or something like that. I don't knock stuff over and make messes. And you want that to heat up a little bit for a little while. Be sure to turn your burner back off. I like using a electric coil burner because they seem to work the best for coals. And now, give that about a minute or two. It should be good to go. Tray seems to be kind of bent a little bit. But anyway, yeah. So far, this is the hookah that I got from Dirt Cheap Hookahs. I don't think they carry it anymore. I know they still carry this base, but I don't think they carry the whole hookah anymore. But I'm pretty sure if you ask them, they can build you a hookah like this if you like. It's just a small, I believe it's a 24, 21, something odd inch hookah, something like that. It's a nice little hookah, It's simple and cheap, and they've got a lot of nice, inexpensive hookahs. They actually have KMs now on dirtcheaphookahs.com. And, yeah, like they say, the only thing dirt cheap is their prices. But, yeah. Let me see if this is ready. It's getting there. Yeah, getting some decent clouds. It's not bad. But yeah, that is my how to set up a hookah, how to set up a Chinese hookah. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, just feel free to hit me up. If this was informative enough for you, leave a comment for me. If it wasn't informative enough, leave a comment, and I'll do a better one. But I'll also be doing a how to set up a KM, and that'll be another video later on. And, yeah. But, yeah. That is how to set up a Chinese hookah. This has been Smokey Void for hookahpro.com and Dirt Cheap Hookahs. Thanks for watching.